Let's see how many books I read on my Boston trip. So I got invited to a Patriots game in Boston. Obviously not Boston, but it's in Foxborough, Massachusetts. But I'm landing Boston tomorrow, and then Sunday is a football game, the Patriots football game that I'm so excited for. But we have so many hours of travel, and one thing about me is that I cannot sleep on a plane ever, okay? So we're gonna see how many books we read on this trip. I'm still sick, but we're just gonna push through it, okay? I'm essentially trying to figure out what books to take, and I'm kind of probably only going to take one physical book, and then I'm taking my Kindle because I do want to travel super light because it is a solo trip, so I want to be really light. But I don't know, I feel like I'm still trying to decide if I want to take Ninth House, the Very Secret Society of Wishes, which I feel like the Very Secret Society of Irregular Wishes, which I feel like for Boston, the whole Salem scene will be kind of a good read. And I don't know, something about having this book at the airport that kind of gives mysterious vibes, and I kind of want to take Intermezzo by Sally Rooney. I feel like this should be the other book that I take with me, and then if I feel like buying a book on Kindle, I can do that. I'm also going to a bookstore in Boston, so this is essentially the ultimate bookish vlog ever because I'm going to be doing so many bookish activities, but I'm also going to show you guys around Boston. The vlog's probably going to finish when I land, when I come back home, but I don't know, this is kind of calling my name. I kind of feel like I owe it to myself to maybe take this book with me as my physical book. But I don't know, these are kind of the options right now. This sounds so good though, but I feel like this is such a short book that I feel like I probably shouldn't take it. I think we can definitely probably finish this book in this trip. I can see myself finishing something like this. I love Sally Rooney's writing so much, so I feel like we're just gonna take this, and then obviously we're gonna be taking my Kindle. And yeah, this is gonna be such a fun video. I am so excited. You have no idea how excited I am. Update on my trip. I explored Boston a little bit, and now I'm checking to my hotel, and I think I'm about to probably crash for the rest of the night. So let's just chat a little bit more tomorrow about what we did because I am like so tired. I didn't sleep at all, so now it's time to catch on my sleep. Okay. I think you guys are definitely due for an update, and there's many reasons why I haven't like talked in this video whatsoever, One of them is the fact that my voice is like totally gone. And yesterday I just spent all day at the stadium. I tried to include as many clips as possible, and obviously that's why I did a voiceover, but I didn't really do a job at updating you guys on any like bookish activities. You guys saw me go to Boston. I did go to one of the bookstores that I was planning on going to. I didn't go to the outdoor bookstore. I was planning on doing that today. Technically on Monday I was planning on going back to Boston and checking out some other like touristic stuff, but it's raining a lot here. It's raining here in Foxborough, and then also it's supposed to be raining a lot in Boston. So at this point, the smart thing to do is just to essentially take an Uber straight to the airport, and that's what I'm gonna do. Airports do have bookstores and stuff like that, and I'm gonna be hanging out there for a very long time, so I thought I would take you guys along and just kind of show you around and maybe buy some books, because I have not bought like one book this entire trip, which is, I did buy a lot of pager gear. I got this hoodie, and then I got like a lanyard for my keys. But I did also start reading a book that I think is definitely gonna get me out of a reading slump, so I wanted to show you guys which book that is. Okay, so I'm definitely in full-on hotel mode today. This was definitely a trip that's gonna go down in the books, one of my favorite things ever, because it wasn't only my first time in Boston and Foxborough and my first time at Gillette Stadium, but it was also my very first time traveling by myself, which was something that I always wanted to do. Like, I feel like as an adult, that's something that everyone should kind of get down in their books, as doing some type of solo trip, and this was the perfect time to do that, because Verizon Access invited me to a Patriots game and the seats were incredible. I got to go to this lounge where there's like a ton of food, and I just got to be amongst a bunch of Patriot fans, which, being from Texas, I obviously never really get to be around Patriots fans. Everyone's a freaking Cowboy fan in Texas, so I hate the Cowboys. This is not this type of video, but anyways, so let's just get back to talking about books. Okay, so I am going to be spending probably most of the day at the airport. It is really gloomy and dark here, and this hotel room doesn't have great lighting, so we're kind of, yeah, I'm gonna show you guys, like, the leaves actually change here, which is like mind-blowing to me, because then again, like in Texas, everything's like either green or the ugly shade of yellow the entire year. My voice has been gone. I have been sick for like weeks now. It's not going away. But before I get into the book, so I went downstairs to get breakfast and a coffee. I do have to pack really quick because I'm supposed to request an Uber and just head out of here. But before that, I wanted to show you guys what I'm currently reading, and I think I should have just picked up a book like this on the flight here, because nothing else was really doing it for me. But I saw this TikTok about this book called The Boyfriend by Frida McFadden. If you don't know, she's like one of my favorite thriller authors, and I haven't read a Frida McFadden book in such a long time. I was like, you know, I need something quick, something that I can just kind of binge read all day, because I'm gonna be doing a lot of sitting around today. But I downloaded this book. I'm gonna show you guys the cover real quick on my Kindle, because I only brought one physical book, and I'm not really into it, honestly. I should have brought a fiction book for this trip. I should have just brought some other type of romance or fantasy or something, but I'm thankful about my Kindle. But this book, I don't know, it's kind of giving The Locked Door by Frida McFadden, which is one of my favorite ones by her. The vibes so far are kind of giving some type of like serial killer situation, so I'm into it. It should read pretty fast, especially that's kind of what I need right now. Yeah, I'm gonna show you guys what the weather looks like outside, so you see I'm not exaggerating. Like, I can't really go walk around Boston with the weather like this. I love it here, by the way. I honestly, one day I think I want to buy a house here somewhere, because I love it here. I love the people here. I love how people here talk, their accent, it's just hilarious. I just love everything about Boston. But anyways, let me show you the weather outside. I'll show you what it looks like outside. The camera kind of makes it look a little lighter, but it is raining a lot. And if you can see kind of like the colonial style of the houses around here, everything around here is so freaking charming. Like, when I was walking around and seeing like the houses and stuff, it was just kind of, you know, exactly what I needed. But yeah, I'm gonna miss this view. bookish vlog whatsoever. It's kind of funny because I feel like there were like a lot of really random clips. I was at a football game, I was traveling most of the time, we were reading on my Kindle a lot, we visited 2 bookstores, and I do have like a mini book haul to show you guys. Fortunately, when I went to the Beacon Hills and Cafe bookstore, I didn't get anything because I was just really overwhelmed. I had just gotten off of a flight and I hadn't really slept, so I didn't really feel like browsing too much, so we didn't get any books at that bookstore, which is like unheard of for me. I just went to Starbucks and this drink is delicious. Then I did end up getting a book when I was flying back. I had a lot of time for my flight, so I went to the bookstore. This book, it's by an author that one of my friends really likes, Miss Jennifer L. Armentrout. I'm pretty sure she does write some fantasy books, but I've heard that she also has a bunch of romance books. I haven't read anything by her. This is the first book in the Covenant series, and it has like spread edges. So yeah, I can't wait to read this. I actually technically started it already. I made it to page 37 and it kind of had me hooked, but I ended up switching gears and started to read something else. So I don't know when I'm gonna get to this, but I'll read you guys the description real quick. 17-year-old Alex and her mother have spent years on the run from the Covenant, a school where the pure descendants of gods have honed their powers and have mortal teens like Alex trained to kill demons for them. But then her mom is murdered by demons and she has nobody else to turn to. Alex finds herself back at the Covenant, where she has 2 options: become a servant for the pures or work twice as hard as everyone else to catch up in her training. The second option seems like an easy choice, but everything is complicated when pure blood Aiden volunteers to be her personal trainer. Because not only is Aiden gorgeous, but he also understands Alex in a way she's never experienced before. Unfortunately, relationships between pures and half-bloods are strictly forbidden. But falling for Aiden isn't her biggest problem, as she learns the true reason her mother whisked her away from the Covenant and demons close in on her school. She must fight to stay alive, even if it's her fault that those around her drop in dead. Yeah, a lot going on. I can't wait to get back to this. I kind of wanted to be a little colder and more gloomy when I keep reading this. Anything witches, I probably should have read this in Boston, but I just really didn't have a lot of reading time. What I did read when I was in Boston, I'll show you guys in a minute. The last day of my trip, and that was the day that I was flying back. There was several flight delays and I was just like chilling at an airport for like 10 hours. I'm not even kidding. So I ended up picking up The Boyfriend by Frida McFadden. If you don't know, Frida McFadden is one of my all-time favorite thriller authors. I think on the voiceover before this I kind of told you guys that I was reading that book. I read that book in one sitting, which I don't think I've ever done, and it was such a good book. I gave it 4.5 out of 5 stars. It does give you the gloomy like serial killer vibes, but also like there's a little bit of a romance going on, and you also get alternating timelines. So you get the POV from this guy, this kid in high school who has this like intrusive thoughts about like essentially killing people, and then you have the POV of this girl who's going on a bunch of like random dates in New York City in the modern age. And yeah, it's just, the book is kind of all over the place. It's hard to explain because the plot sounds really messy, but the way that it came together was done so well. I will say that the plot twist of this book totally got me by surprise. I did not see that coming. So definitely read this book right here because it's just so good. But right now I'm trying to think what else we're gonna do for this vlog, because we have done a lot, but we also, I don't think we have enough to like publish a video. Just order a Kindle case, a Christmas Kindle case. Hopefully it gets here while I'm still filming this video. I want to also start a digital book journal, which I always see people doing like a physical book journal. I just don't have the patience for it. I don't want to really be printing out stuff and wasting ink. I think I'm gonna do it digitally. I'm trying to find which app will be the best to do this on. So once I kind of gather my thoughts and figure out how I want to do the digital book journal, I'll get back to you guys. But yeah, this should be a really fun vlog because I honestly never travel, and I did travel a decent amount in this video, so I can't wait for you guys to see it. But yeah, so far all we've done was travel, read a book, go to a few bookstores, we went to a football game, and now it's time for the book journal. So I'll start filming again when I kind of decide how I want to go about doing the book journal. Okay, so I actually kind of figured out a way to do
the reading journal on my iPad. Super excited. I got a coffee here. This is so good. I made a peppermint mocha latte with marshmallow cold foam. It's literally heavenly. It's so good. It's like addictive. You guys, kind of what I have so far on the journal end of things, because we are looking like we are going to have a reading journal after all, which I always wanted to have one. I just, like I said, didn't want to like do it on paper. It kind of seemed like too much work on paper, so I had to use this app called Notability on my iPad, and I got it pretty good right now. I just started it, so literally I'm studying, so that's like the last thing that I had open. Notability app, and this is kind of what it's looking like right now. So here we have series is yet to finish. Obviously we're still getting through the Sarah J Maas universe, and then I also have like my October TBR, like what's left of October TBR. So we have literally all fantasy so far on our October TBR. I'm probably going to be adding some more books, but I really like you can still make it look super cute. I'm still playing around with it, but I kind of like how it's turning out. So, and I even added like an October mood board. It's super cute, so I'm definitely proud of how it's coming out. True spirit of this being like the ultimate book video situation, I am reading this book right now, and I've seen a lot of creators really like this series. I've also seen a lot of people not necessarily love the first book of the series, which I feel like is something that at this point I'm kind of used to. I feel like we don't really like thoroughly enjoy the first book of the series anymore. So far it's kind of giving, I don't know, the language that is used is kind of giving Star Wars, because the bad guys are called the... I ran out of stories when I was talking to you guys about like the one book that I've been reading. I'm currently on page 96. I'm so mad because I feel like reading is taking me so long. In all fairness, I am working, I'm studying for a test, I'm doing just so many things, so I don't really feel like I have as much... Ironically enough, when I used to work a 9 to 5, I had more reading time, because when I got home, that's all I did was just like read, and now that's not really how my day looks. Like I have to really plan out my social media, I have to plan out my work schedule, I have to study for this test like pretty much 24/7 for like the longest time. In all fairness, okay, so this book is kind of reminding me of Star Wars right now because of the language that they're using. Like the bad guys are called the Empire, the good guys are called the Resistance. Essentially this girl, her brother gets taken away by the Empire, and she's trying to get the Resistance to rescue him. And there is two points of view. I don't know if at some point we're gonna get some romance between these two characters, because so far they haven't even met, and like he low-key is in love with someone else, so I don't really know what's going on. And you know that audio, you know, you got 30 minutes. That's kind of how I feel about my attention span with this book. Like it's about to be 100 pages and I'm not like totally hooked, but I am tired of just like starting books and not finishing them. And I put this book on my reading journal for this month, so I really want to finish it. Like it has to happen for me this month. So we're gonna continue reading this and drinking my coffee for a few minutes before I get back to studying. I'm just kind of taking a break right now, watching a YouTube video and reading. I did buy the book on my Kindle because the font is... I'm just like really emotionally attached to my Kindle right now. I'm going through another Kindle phase. I also have so many arcs that'll be kind of fun to do in this video. I'll show you guys that I have gotten, because I have gotten really lucky with arcs lately. I've really gotten around to reading them, and Just Hastings just announced a new book. And one thing about me is that I need to get my rating up on NetGalley, because I need to be able to get an arc of that book. I have applied for Bloom Books for the 1,000th time, and they do not want me as an influencer for them, but I am trying, okay? When I tell you that I am trying so hard. So yeah, that's kind of what's going on right now, guys. I have a car, and I feel like I haven't really told you guys yet, but you're gonna see me a lot in this specific spot. I'm still trying to find what it will be like a good spot for you guys to kind of like see me and talk, but I kind of want to wrap up this vlog. Also, yeah, I had to get my ring cut off because my finger became like really inflamed, and now I'm supposed to give my finger a break, so that's why I'm not wearing my ring. Just wanted to like put that out there. But I just parked. It took me forever to find a parking spot here, and I was getting kind of stressed, but I think someone left when I was like circling around, and finally found parking. So we're at my favorite kind of like shopping center. I'm gonna get some food. I'm gonna do a lot of studying because I have a night shift today. And then also I want to go to the bookstore, which I haven't gone in forever, but I'm probably gonna get food first and then read on my Kindle for a bit, and then I'm gonna go to the bookstore and just kind of settle. I want to see if I can get a couple of books. I haven't like gone book shopping in forever. And see though, I probably shouldn't buy a lot of books because I order the color Kindle and it's like very expensive, so I'm trying not to do that. I'm trying not to like overexpend money on books because I also have not finished a book in almost 20 days. That's why I haven't vlogged, because I'm really stressed about studying for the test and stuff like that. So I'm just kind of like putting my energy into that, and I really haven't. I feel like every time I'm like reading, I feel like I should be studying. It's kind of a cycle, but I'm trying to like get better at that. So yeah, let's go to the bookstore and see what we can find. Okay, I have you guys kind of propped up here on my flashcards that I'm using to study. I'm honestly just going to kind of chill in the car for a bit because I have work in I want to say about an hour now, and I don't really want to drive during kind of like rush hour, so I might just honestly drive to work and chill in the parking lot for a bit. But I don't know if I like this angle. I really don't know if I like this angle. But I just got, well, you saw that I went to a coffee shop. I was like studying and stuff. I just got a matcha. It says have a great day. They're super sweet there. I don't love the color, honestly. I'm gonna give it a taste test, but I don't think it's gonna be very good, if I'm totally honest with you. So let's see. Okay, I don't even want to like look it up, but it's like a strawberry matcha with strawberry flavor. No, it's a matcha with oat milk and strawberry flavor. It literally doesn't taste like matcha at all. It just kind of tastes like strawberry flavored milk. I'm gonna drink it though, but this place does not know how to do matcha, and it's kind of sad because I do really like their coffee. Like, it's not very well mixed, so that's gonna be interesting. I will be drinking this though, because I did end up getting a book for me, but this book is free on Kindle Unlimited. But I've always wanted just this book to be taking places because fall's kind of coming to an end, and I do, surprisingly enough, even though I'm excited for Christmas, I think I'm gonna miss fall this time around a little bit. I ended up getting the pumpkin spice cafe. A paper bag though is $19. This paper bag is tiny. $19. I just paid $30 for one paper bag and a coffee when I was at this bookstore / coffee shop. That should be illegal. I'm sorry, but $30 for a paper bag and one coffee? No, seriously. Anyways, that's all I got. I think I'm gonna like go ahead and wrap up this video here. Honestly, I feel like I want to just like wrap it up because I have been filming since I went to Boston. That was like 2-3 weeks ago. So much has happened. I literally came back, I got a new car, I got back into work and studying for the test, and I don't know, I don't really have anything else to show you. This was supposed to be the ultimate fall bookish vlog, and I think I have delivered, even though it's like 90 degrees in Texas right now. the bottom part of the vlog at least was like super cozy, and the first took you guys to a bookstore should have been cozy enough too. So I'm just gonna wrap it up. I feel myself getting sick again, and I'm really going to try to fight it because working with kids does have a massive downside, and that is that I'm always sick and I hate that so much. But I'm just going to enjoy this matcha, if we can even call it that, and yeah, I'm trying to not complain as much anymore. Anyways, I'm gonna wrap up the vlog here. I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you so much for coming along. I promise that I will be wrapping up some reading vlogs coming up in the next month, and I'm really going to try to post every week starting next year, or even starting December. We'll see what happens. Just thank you for sticking around. This is the most irregular posting schedule that I've ever had this year, which wasn't the greatest for me for posting on YouTube, but I will try better as soon as I can. Thank you for sticking around. Thank you for watching this video. Make sure to hit the subscribe button and hi in the comments, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Bye guys.